All right, welcome back to another 12 Days of Nintendo. So, kind of following up from our topic that we've already aired, the significance of free-to-play games on the Switch. For me personally, this is something that has recently come to light as I was asked to choose my game of the year. And I realized there really wasn't one, except for these free-to-play games like Fortnite and Warframe. And now my console would be unused without them.
Pokemon Quest.
Nobody's playing that. I have seen a few things where people are like, my kids really love this Pokemon Quest, but I have not had anybody liking that one. But yeah, Fortnite's huge. They got in within 6 or 7 months of the actual release of that Battle Royale. So Nintendo, for once, was right there in the mix. That's what Nintendo needs. Stuff like that that's easy access. Warframe, it looks all right. It's okay. I know, Jason, you and Max have been into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's a different game, I think, than Fortnite or from Paladins or some of the other ones. And it's a nice change. It's a nice option to have. And it looks pretty good on Switch, I think.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, I haven't played Paladins yet, but that's one of the freebies too. Don't forget Colors Zen.
Yeah, great graphics in that one.
Yes. I don't know how they pulled that off on Switch.
Solid colors have never looked so sharp on a portable screen.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad to see some of this support. If we're not getting the major third-party titles from these huge developers, we are getting, of course, I mean, I guess some of these are huge developers now, but I'm glad that we have something to play. And this makes up for all of those little games Nintendo used to put out that no longer seems to be happening.
Yeah, it seems like Nintendo's kind of had mixed bag success when they've tried it. Like, we've all mentioned billions of times how much we love Sub Wars, which was kind of a free-to-play. But then when they tried to kind of keep it going, they picked weird stuff like Pushmo, which, if you remember, I was a big fan of Pushmo and bought Pushmo and whatever the other one was. Stretchmo? Right. Crashmo. But when they came out with the free-to-play one, I was just like, nah, I'm okay with not continuing. Which really, that was almost more of a demo, more than a free-to-play. You know, because that's how Nintendo did it. This is kind of a demo, and then if you want, you can actually buy the full game for this amount.
And that's the other thing. There are some demos out there which are free-to-play and can give you a little bit of experience playtime too. I know my kids there's a couple of demos that they keep going back to and keep playing.
Puyo Tetris is basically free to play if you get that demo.
That is a really lengthy full version demo.
There's quite a bit to the Octopath Traveler demo too. A few of the others, like I said, one I keep going back to is ARMS. They went back to Robonauts for quite some time and kept playing that one. You know, get some play out of some of these, and then you've got the other things too, like the Zen Pinball, which starts out with just a handful of tables for free, and then you
how did we forget about that?
But,
yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Zen has given me many, many hours.
There is some variety there.
Yeah, in which I've put $0 into, but completely enjoyed.
That's another thing too that I guess Nintendo is getting money. We know at least through Fortnite that the console is getting a cut of that.
Ours.
Yeah. But I'm finding because Nintendo has had a lack of third-party support and had a lack of continuous, titles that we want to play. They have had some this year. I feel more inclined to put money into the free-to-play games because I'm investing a much more significant amount of time into those.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you've got as much time in Fortnite as you've got in Splatoon 2,
Yeah,
and
which
you
is
missed your Splatoon.
it's something really surprising to me. It's been a lot of fun.
And you've probably still put less money into Fortnite than you've put into Splatoon 2, having
Probably
just
so.
bought the $60 investment, you know. So yeah, it's like it's a good way, and maybe Nintendo needs to look at these free to plays and start actively courting more of them as another possible revenue stream. I'm sure Fortnite's gonna have them thinking like it's just free money. Like we just let people download this game and we're making all, I mean, I would be really interested to see how much money Nintendo has made off of Fortnite versus some of their own first party titles.
Yeah.
It certainly has to be outselling some of them.
And you bring up another good point for Nintendo is, of course, the online service that they've recently started, but we still see a lot of server issues with things like Smash and even some with Splatoon. This is taking that worry off of Nintendo's shoulders. We've got people playing online on someone else's servers, and you're still making money.
Yeah, and I've had a great time with the servers for the most part on Fortnite.
Yeah, it's been pretty
Yeah.
reliable. I've not had any. I don't think I've had a crash or an error at all in Warframe.
No, I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I've not
But,
taken that one online yet.
but with Warframe, it's only 4 people playing at a time.
That's
It's not
true.
100 people or.
It's not a free to play, but one thing I noticed is when they went with the Rocket Passes for Rocket League, it seemed like the connection time slowed down for me. It was just took longer to find matches.
To get into a match, I noticed that as well.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to think of Rocket League as a free to play, but then I remember I did purchase it.
Yeah, Rocket League
Yeah.
would be great with a free to play model,
Hmm.
but
Mhm.
it's the problem now of you've got people who've bought the game for whatever it is, $20 and bought stuff, and now what do you do for those people if you were to make it free to play? What do you do for those people? And it is kind of nice to know that you're in a game where people do have a little bit of skin in the game because they've put that money down and made the
Hmm.
initial investment to play.
Yeah.
I remember there was an entertainer I liked who had his own forum on his own website, and to participate in his forum, he made you donate $1 to charity. So you to participate in the forum, you had to put that $1 into the system because he said he finds that that's the way to weed out a lot of the bad eggs is they're not even willing to put the $1 down so they can shit post on your forum. So, you know, you get a lot more people in Fortnite that are just standing around doing nothing than you do in a Rocket League. Although you still have occasional ones in Rocket League, but most people are at least trying to play, even if it's bad.
That said, I've heard that in terms of the community attitude in Rocket League not being as good as that in, say, the Warframe. People in Warframe, from what I hear, are generally more helpful.
Yeah.
And less trolling.
Well, Rocket League's more competitive, and I don't think Warframe's really competitive, right? It's more cooperative, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So.
I will say with these games, we are experiencing new forms of multiplayer that we don't really see on a Nintendo platform, like with um, Warframe in particular. You can have it public, and people will just drop into your party, and then after the mission, they may leave, or they can stay with you for a while. And it's just a different atmosphere and different than anything we've seen on Nintendo that I can recall.
Yeah, some of my best memories in recent years have been with these free to plays. So I hope more of them come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to sort of tie this into our holiday theme here, if you are buying a console for someone, or if maybe they only have the one game at Christmas, which I know we've all been there in that spot, there's these great free to play games. And if you're the kind of parent or gift giver who opens up the console and loads stuff onto it and does all the updates, download some of these free-to-play games. They'll have something extra to play when they open it on
Yeah.
Christmas.
Or even some demos.
Yeah.
And the-
My daughter has gotten lots of usage out of the Pokken Tournament demo. She's plays the Captain Toad demo. She's more than happy to play some demos for a little bit of time. So yeah, and that's what it's there's a lot of demos too in the eShop. So I mean, you can go through and use that in selecting their next game possibly.
And we do have a little bit of a broader window. It seems to be easier on the Switch than in previous generations to have accounts for other regions, and it's really easy. You can look up online to open up an account for Japan, and you get access to more demos, which a lot of them offer English support, or you don't really need the English. You can, work your way through what's going on.
Yeah.
And don't forget, you've already got the best free-to-play game, YouTube, recently. So
That's
That's
right.
right.
that's there too.
Someday
There's
we'll
free stuff.
I can't believe there's still no streaming services before Christmas. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
Stay
Such
tuned
is
for
it.
E3 2019.
in Warframe recently, I noticed if you click on one of their mail messages, which is like from the developer telling you about events and things, it takes you to a web browser, and it's like, we don't have access to this. This is just so crazy to think. It
Yeah.
exists, but we can't access this.
Rocket League does that. It'll take you, their news section will take you to a web browser page that you can see, but you can't click off of it.
Some of their articles, some of them just say this isn't supported right now. Some of them will take you to a browser page and let you read.
I was trying to relink my Facebook account the other day and ended up just logging into Facebook and checking my messages. So that works.
All right. Well, thank you again for tuning into another 12 days of Nintendo. So be sure and tune in tomorrow. We're going to have some more varied topics coming up. So hopefully you'll enjoy.